The one sown on the good soil. He who hears the word and understands it, and who indeed uses it, applies it, and it bears fruit. And it yields some 100, some 60, some 30. Now, some of the people are thinking, well, why do some get 60 and some get 100, some 30? Well, it depends on what you did with it. Because some of you will do just a little bit. Some of you will do everything you can. So it's all about the effort. Okay, you give maximum effort, you may get the 100. You give minimum effort, at least you gave some effort, maybe you get 30, maybe you get 10. At least you put an effort in, okay? So when you want to know the difference between the 10, the 30, the 60, the 100, whatever, I know it doesn't say the 10 here, but you've seen those kind of examples before? Well, what kind of effort you putting in? How much are you guarding? How much are you remembering? It says remember to keep, remember to do, or guard to do, cling, cleave, and hold fast to. How much effort? I know you weren't sold this. All you people listening who are still Christian in your mindsets, you were told you didn't have to put in effort. Oh, works is bad. Effort, no. Effort is everything. I said this last night. I'll say it again for you guys. I watched this great video. It was great. Where all it said was, life is hard. Everything that you want is hard. Everything you go after is hard. Everything that's worth having and accomplishing is hard. So stop whining about it and stop trying to find. You will spend all your life failing while looking for the easier way instead of just doing it. There is no easy way. Now, there may be a smarter way. There's a difference. Did you hear that? Okay, smarter will make things somewhat easier because there's a smart way to do things, but you're looking at a way that avoids the effort as opposed to how do I get this done and do the thing, but what's the smartest way to do it? Is there a harder way to do it or a slightly easier way, but it's still the way to do it and get out there and do it. But a lot of you want to find ways to avoid having to do it. Okay? You just don't want to have to do the work. You know, it's funny, a lot of people today, the young people especially, they want to have podcasts and do their online gaming thing, but you know what kind of work that takes and how many hours you have to put in and have to make your craft that good in that way? All right? I studied this a long time ago when we were trying to figure out how to get more views and more subs and all that kind of stuff. I went and looked up who are the top YouTubers. This goes back 10 years ago, so probably not the same guys today, okay? Top YouTubers. And then I wanted to see what do they do? Not the content, but what do they do? And I found that almost all the top guys, they were putting out videos twice a day. That's the kind of work they were putting out there. Every day, twice a day. At that point, we were putting out videos once a week live. Then we started putting out something at least every day. Okay, and that helped increase some things. By the way, if you're watching and haven't subscribed, we need about 1,300 of you to get us to 50,000. We're so close. I'd love to be there before Passover, okay? We used to get about 400 subs a month. It slowed down to more like 200 subs a month, so we're right on about schedule to get there by April, but hey, if you've been meaning to subscribe, go ahead and click that in there, all right? Because I believe the metrics will get even better as far as our exposure when we get to 50, even more when we get to 100, okay? And so we're close. We're at 48 and change, okay? 48, 700, whatever it is. We're close to needing about 1,300 left, okay? So that's close. But understand, I wanted to understand what effort was being put in. So I didn't just spin my wheels just doing effort. See, that's what the difference between smart and not smart is. Smart is find out what already works. Put in the effort, but doing what you know works as opposed to just putting in effort and figuring out that didn't work, then more effort, that didn't work, more. Why waste your time with that? Go find out what does work and put the effort in, okay? This tells you where to put your effort. The scripture tells you where to put your effort in, okay? Part of it is the effort of getting you out of the way so you can receive and possess. Otherwise, the wicked one will come and snatch it away. By the way, he can't do that if you're good ground bearing fruit. Remember, he snatched away that which was just sitting there on the way, along the way on the road. So some of you take what you got and you just kind of put it down on the road. Doesn't matter what kind of ground you were, you just kind of lay it down, don't care about it, forget about it, don't know where you put it, because he wanted to snatch it away. That's sad, but you can let that happen. Don't let that happen.